What is up, guys? May here again. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about THOTS. THOTS. So what exactly is a thought? For those of you that don't know, it's an acronym and it stands for that hoe over there. So why am I talking about this seemingly random subject? Okay, so tonight I was down my local. I don't normally go down there on a Friday, I normally go down there on Tuesday. But I thought, got nothing better to do. I'll go down the local, play some games of pool, and enjoy myself. So I'm down the pub, and the evening's going, you know how it usually goes, I'm playing pool. And about, I don't know, let's say about 9 o'clock, maybe a bit earlier than that, maybe 8:30, this bloke comes in. And he brings his, no, he doesn't bring his pool cue, does he? He gets his pool cue out from behind the bar, so obviously he's going to be playing pool. He puts his name up. And I think everyone else either stops playing, so it's only me left. So anyway, I end up playing him. And so I think we played one game before this happened. And there's this woman that's been coming round from the other side of the bar, because there's two sides. And the jukebox is round our side with a pool table, right? So obviously people that want to come around and put music on have got to come round to our side to the jukebox. And this woman kept coming round every, I don't know, half an hour, say, to put music on. And interestingly enough, somebody that I went to school with, I'd never really spoke to them at school, but they also go in there as well. I never speak to them, but I do know, I remember them. They probably don't remember me actually, because they've never said anything, but I remember them. They seemingly know this woman that keeps coming around to put money on, because he comes around with her at one point. I don't know how they know each other, but I'm assuming that they do. Anyway, that's not really relevant to the video. But so anyway, we played a game. Maybe we played 2 games at this point. And it's pretty much just us two playing now, because there's no one else there now. It's just us. So anyway, she comes round again. I think the guy that I'm playing pool with put some music on before that. She comes around again to the jukebox to put some more songs on, and she says something about us two playing pool, about if we put music on or something. I don't bother putting music on, but I know the guy I'm playing pool with did. Something he goes over there to see what she wants, and I wasn't listening, so I didn't really know what they were saying. But anyway, so he comes away again, and she's obviously finished putting her music on or whatever, and the guy I went to school with finished putting music on, so he walks off back around the other side. And this is where the thing happens, right? Makes no sense to me. Okay, so for some reason, no idea why, this woman literally comes off the jukebox, leaves the jukebox, starts walking around. She just goes and sits in this guy's seat, the guy I'm playing pool with, and she's trying to start a conversation with him. We're right in the middle of a game. And this is where it's pretty funny. He literally turns to her. She's sat down with her drink or whatever. He literally turns to her and says, "I'm playing pool with this bloke. I don't want to be rude. I'll talk to you another time," or something like that. She literally just gets up, walks around the other side again. I don't think she came round again. But it's just like, that's pretty funny, to be honest. Now she could be. I haven't spoken to her at all. We haven't swap words whatsoever. I don't even know how old she is. She's got to be older than me though. She's probably about 30 maybe, around about there maybe. Anyway, yeah, so he's like, although I can't be rude, I'm playing pool. I'll talk to you another time. That's like fucking. That is funny. Okay, that's funny. You know, I don't know why she was trying to strike up a conversation with him. Although you know, when you're at a pub, male female, and you just go and sit next to somebody and start talking to them, and you don't know who they are. There's usually only one reason you do that. Okay, you know, let's not be coy here, guys. So why? So he turned her down because he was busy playing pool with me, which is pretty fucking funny. And as I said, she walks off around the other side. Don't see her for the rest of the night. Now, after we finished playing pool, this was at about what's the time now? 11 o'clock, say. So we finished playing pool 11 and we start talking. I didn't notice it at this point. Obviously I don't. It's not. You know, I wouldn't pay attention to things like that anyway. He goes. We start talking about pool and everything, and I've never seen him before. Although he looks familiar to me, but I don't think I've ever seen him before. But apparently he comes in occasionally, but not very often. But he enjoys pool. He said he enjoys pool. He likes to come down here and play a couple of games. You know, like me, I only go down there to play pool because I don't drink. So if I'm not playing pool, there's no point going. And anyway, he randomly brought it up. Didn't ask him or anything, but he mentioned why he was there because he said, "Oh, I don't come in here on Friday night." I said, "No, I don't come in on a Friday night either. I only normally come in on a Tuesday." He said, "Oh, my wife and kid or whatever are away, so I thought instead of sitting home, I'll come in here and play some pool and have a drink." And I thought, okay, so he's got a wife and child home. That explains it. That explains why he shut this woman down. He literally just came over and sat on his seat and tried striking up a conversation. So obviously he must have had a wedding ring on. And it just makes me think, this woman that came around, did she not see the wedding ring on his hand? I'm pretty sure that if I was talking to a member of the opposite sex, and I was trying to get to know them for a specific reason, I'm pretty sure the first thing I would look at is their hand and see if they're married. So why this woman didn't look at his hand to see the wedding ring, maybe she did and she didn't give a fuck. That wouldn't surprise me with women these days. They seem to think that if a man's out on his own, he's free game, he's fair game. Not sure men really act like that. Definitely not. You know, if I was talking to a woman and I saw a wedding ring on her hand, I wouldn't bother. So I don't know if that's a specific thing to the women out there. I apologise if you take offence to that, ladies, but you know, I'm saying it as it is. This woman came up, tried to start a conversation with this married man. She must have known that he was married because obviously he got a wedding ring on, and he wasn't interested. He wanted to play. He just wanted to play pool. So thoughts, time to stop. Okay, it's really interesting. Okay, so don't get me wrong. You're allowed to be interested in whoever you want at the end of the day. Okay. And I don't want this to come across as me being butthurt or anything like that, because I'm not too bothered. Okay, she's probably like at least 6 years older than me. Not that I wouldn't go out with someone that is 6 years older than me. 6 years doesn't bother me at all. But okay, there was only us two in there. Fair enough. And I hadn't spoken to her. I had no reason to speak to her. Okay, I didn't put music on or anything. I'm very weird with who I interact with. I'm I'm a pretty social person, but I won't randomly strike up a conversation with people normally if I have no reason to talk to them. If I'm not um, having any, if there's no uh, what's the word? Nothing in common, right? So I had no reason to talk to this woman. But it's interesting that out of me and this guy is obviously he's got a wife and kids, so he's got to be at least 30 as well. She wants to speak to the married man with a kid. Okay. Right. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay. I'm not saying that she should have been interested in speaking to me. Because, you know, why would she? But it's a case of why is it that usually the women are attracted to the ones that are already married and taken and have kids. Now it's got to be, it's a biological thing, I'm sure. She's instinctively, the women out there must be looking, saying, "Oh, he's married, so he must be high value because another woman has decided to chuck all of what's the word? She's decided to back him, so to speak, and invested in him, and you know had children and got married and everything." That's quite interesting, okay? Because men don't think like that. We have no reason to think like that. We don't think, "Oh wow, she's married, she must be high value." You know, some man's decided to marry her and invest in her. We don't think like that. We don't care about that sort of thing. We don't care if we get. Well, we do care. Okay, we don't care if a woman's taken or not. We don't care if she's got kids or not. Well, actually, most of us do care if she's got kids already because that's extra hassle. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. She went for the married man. Okay. This is an observation. I just find it funny. You know, the hilarious thing was obviously fucking turned her down basically and said, "Be gone, thought," which fucking love it when that sort of thing happens. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. When I say it's funny, okay, that makes me seem like it makes me seem like I'm jealous or what's the word? Like I enjoy women getting turned down or something like that. I sort of do in truth, especially when they're sniffing around someone that's you know not obviously not available. Because I'd never do something like that, you know. So maybe she'd had a bit to drink. It's a pub after all. She's definitely been drinking. I don't know how long she'd been there for. So maybe she has had too much to drink, and you know what happens when people have too much to drink? They, well, nearly everything goes out the window, doesn't it? In terms of behaviour. So that could be the reason. As I said, she's probably a very nice lady or woman. When she's sober, she might have been sober. I don't know. But I just thought it was an interesting thing to talk about. To be honest, it's quite an interesting observation that I made. You know, I was just standing there in amazement. I thought maybe he's going to finish this game and then he's going to sit down and start talking to her. No, he literally within about 10 seconds of her sitting down says, "I'm playing poor. I don't want to be rude to this bloke." And I thought, fucking hell, that's. I couldn't believe it, to be honest with you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't fucking stop playing a game of pool to talk to a woman. But after I'd finished the game, I certainly would have struck up a conversation. Obviously, I'm available, and this guy's married with a kid, so totally different circumstances. Plus, she might have been quite a bit older than me, whereas those two were probably around about the same age. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting. Thoughts. Stop going after the married men, please. There's plenty of single guys out there for you to go after. And if you're not interested in the single guy, just fucking leave it. You know, don't try and go after the men that are taken just because they're the only ones that you're interested in the room. It's not a case of, "Oh, I have to have somebody tonight." No. If you're not interested in anyone there, and the only guy you're interested in is fucking married, well, I guess you're fucking going home on your own then, aren't you? Right. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And just put it out there, I don't hate women. I'm not a misogynist and all that bullshit. Because I know women like feminists that would watch this video and be like, oh, you can't say that. You know, us women, we're allowed to do whatever we want, or we're allowed to be attracted to whoever we want. We're allowed to talk to whoever we want. Well, if you're in a pub, right, and you don't know the bloke, and you go sit down and talk to him, you could be having a perfectly innocent conversation. You might just want to talk to the guy, but I'll be honest with you, from what I see in a pub, if you're on your own and they're on their own, or you think they're on their own, and you go sit down and talk to them, you know, I'm not saying you can't strike up conversations with people of the opposite sex at the pub, because you can, but, you know, people talk. People talk about things like that. You know, you see it happening and you go, hang on, what's going on here? You do. Especially when they don't know each other. It's different if they're friends or whatever, because you don't think anything of it. But when they clearly don't know each other, they don't even know each other's name. Well, there you go. Anyway, as I said, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So yeah, thoughts. Start behaving.